compliments, comments, and corrections. That is the topic today. Compliments, comments, and corrections. These are three different ways that we can talk to our kids and three different forms of communication that we use with them. Now, my experience is that a little too often we rely on one or the other. And if I can be very bold with you, because, we're good friends like that, I wonder if you're using too many corrections with your kids. And I want to talk about that. You also might not be using enough compliments. I want to talk about that too. So, I'm Dr. Marcy. I'm a parenting coach who focuses on changing behaviors in home and helping you love each other more. And I want to help you in today's video on how you talk to your kids better. How do you have more effective communication so that your kids listen and you're less frustrated? Because who couldn't benefit from that? So, I talk about, and I intentionally name this compliments, comments, and corrections, because that's the order that I would like you to think about these types of languages with. But I'm guessing often you use more corrections, comments, and then compliments. So let's start at the bottom. Corrections. That is when you go around telling your kid how to do things differently. Pick up your toys, tie your shoes, go get dressed, sit down here, don't wipe your hands on your pants, all of those things. Hang on. Oh, sneezing in live videos is not fun. Apologies for that. So, there is this way that you are always telling them what to do and how to do it better. Why did you talk to them this way? Why didn't you do it like this? That's wrong. This list of corrections is long in many, many homes with many, many kids. Is that you? If that's you, I just want you to put a 1 in the comments. Some to acknowledge your own awareness of seeing that, and some so that you know you're not alone. Other parents will also put their 1 in, and you will see it's not just you. It's kind of how it goes. Now, why is that not the best way to communicate with your kids? Well, first, I think it's not the best way because it feels exhausting. It feels exhausting for you. It feels exhausting for your kiddo, and no one's happy around it. Let's face it. Do you want to hang out with someone who constantly tells you you're doing things wrong? If that was your job, you would quit. And yes, parenting is a job. I know that, but it's not one that you can quit or give your kids back. You're stuck with them. So let's figure out how to communicate with them with more ease. The constant corrections makes you feel like nothing's going right, like you're always putting out fires and like everything's falling apart, and that's exhausting. And then your kids feel crunchy because they're just being told that they do it wrong all the time, and that makes me cranky. And most kids feel cranky when they're just constantly being told that they're wrong. So we can create the same impact without it being a correction. We could create the same teaching opportunity with a little bit of a yes and. If your kiddo is coloring and the marker goes onto the table, well, first I would say maybe we need to put a placemat under where they're coloring so they don't color on the table, or get a table where they can color on. But you can also say, let's put our crayon on the paper, not the table. Right? Direct them to what you want to see them do, not what they're doing wrong. That correction, that teaching feels different than the correction, maybe the way you're doing it, right? How about we color on the paper? Let's walk upstairs together. Holds my hand and here we go. You can do teaching without it feeling like a correction because they're probably skills your kid doesn't have. Second, comments. Comments are an amazing form of communication that many, many, many families are not using. And then we wonder why our kids are struggling with executive functioning. The more you comment about what is happening, what is going on in your day, in your life, in your thought process, in your expectations, the more likely it is that they can follow through on what's happening. So comment as you're making dinner. We're going to have chicken tonight. So I need to make sure that we have the chicken. I need to make sure we have the right spices. And then what vegetable are we going to have? Let me look and see. We have broccoli in the fridge. Great. This is all just commenting. You're just talking through what's happening. But it does two things. One is teaches your kids executive functioning, which is an amazing skill for them all to learn, which they definitely need more of. The second thing it does is it allows you to be in conversation with your kiddo while still getting your task done. All too often, your kiddo needs attention somewhere else, and you feel like you can't talk to them because you're trying to get dinner done. What if you talk to them while you were getting dinner done by explaining what you are doing? Just comment about what's happening. Talk to them about what you foresee. Commenting goes into one of my favorite tools, which is pre-framing, in which you talk about what needs to happen next in order for everyone to do the best possible scenario. I'm going to say that again. You talk about what is coming up next in case so that everything can be in the best case scenario. Oh, got stuck in my words there. Happens. This allows them to know what's coming with possibility. So if you are going to school, okay, we're going to hold our hand as we walk in the door. At the door, I'm going to give you a high five, tell you I love you. You'll tell me you love me, and then you'll go on in with your teacher. It's going to be a great day. All of that is commenting. You're just talking through what's happening, but it allows them to see what is possible. And that is awesome. We want those comments to build that rapport, to get your kids' attention, and so that they can hear what's going on and you can get done what you need to get done. Okay, the third form of language that I want us to talk about today is compliments. Compliments, 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 which is probably my favorite form of communication and something that often isn't happening. Now, I know some people in the world of not everyone should get a trophy have challenges with compliments. And you all are allowed your opinion, but I'm going to tell you mine. I think compliments allow us to know that we are on the right track. Compliments let us feel good about ourselves and helps us build that internal pride muscle when we don't know whether we're doing it right or not. So while yes, I'm going to suggest that you compliment some things that are expectations, I think that helping your children realize their strengths and learn through their weaknesses creates strong people. You want them to be strong, happy humans, so you need to teach them to be strong. You need to compliment them when they do something hard. You need to acknowledge when they've made a good choice or done the right thing. And we can give all of the compliments for their learning strengths without just making it be nonsense and unmeaning. I want your compliments to be real and true and heartfelt. And so I don't want you to just say to your kids, good job, great, you did it, you're amazing, with no heart and feeling behind it. I want you to take time to say, wow, I saw you go get the stool and carry it over to the counter so you were tall enough to brush your teeth. That was such great thinking. Wow. That's a compliment that allows them to know what they did right so they can replicate it in the future. Because if they didn't go get the stool, you would have yelled at them and criticized them for not doing it. I don't want those type of conversations happening because that ends up in a correction that doesn't feel so good. That criticism hurts. So give them the compliments on the other side of that. When they do something hard, celebrate the fact that they tried, even if they failed, because they put in effort and were doing something new. Celebrate their creativity, the risks they take. And in general, I think it is really important that we teach our kids that they are amazing just for being who they are. As adults, we are all working through our worthiness issues. And many therapists, I mean, my therapist certainly with me, maybe yours with you, has spent time helping me realize that as a person, I am worthy. So what if we help our kids know that as a person, they are worthy, they are valuable, they are valued? How do they learn that they're valued? By you giving them compliments, by you teaching them that they are amazing. And here's why that's important. When we believe we are worthy, when we know we are amazing, we are capable of doing so much more. We will go out and take risks. We will work harder because we feel good. We know that whether I succeed or I fail is not a determination of my worth. I'm amazing either way. But when we think that our worth is tied in me doing it right, then we end up with perfectionism that is hard. that stops us from doing things unless we're certain that we can do it right. And that is not a great place to grow up from or live through. So I don't want your kids to grow up struggling with that. I want you to give them compliments so they know exactly what they're doing right and well, and so that they know they are worthy and wonderful and loved. Those are all tied up together in compliments. I also know from the work I do with families on a regular basis that the thing that makes all of us feel good is being told by someone we respect and care about that we're doing good. Yes, we need to build that internal muscle, but that external muscle helps us build the internal muscle. So tell your kids when they're on the right track, celebrate when they're doing well, be silly and have fun with them because it makes it easier for them to grow and learn right alongside you. So just to recap, compliments, comments, and corrections. I want you to do compliments first and foremost, then comments, then corrections. Now, let me be clear. We need corrections in order to learn. We need corrections in order to understand how to do things better than we already did. Corrections in and of themselves are not bad, but most of the ways that we give corrections aren't great. And I know that you can do better. So remember, blue skies are ahead and we're going to get there together. Okay. And if you have questions that you want answered on my Wednesday Wisdoms, please send them my way because I would love to answer your personal question to help things be easier and smoother with your personal family. And finally, if you are new here, thanks for joining and making it to the end of the video. And please subscribe to my channel so you know when there are new videos coming out, and like this video because that helps it get spread to more and more places. Go have a beautiful day and remember that you are amazing.